everybody, I'm Yolanda, aka Creative Mommy of Two, and today I have a review for you. I finished a beauty of a kit that took me way longer than I anticipated and hoped. And I'm kind of glad that it is done, but at the same time I'm sad that it is done because it's such a beauty. But yeah, if you're a diamond painter like me, you probably know that feeling. Sometimes you just want a kit to be done, but at the same time it is a beautiful kit. So I think I lean more towards like glad that it's done because this beauty, sorry, bump chop, is amazing, but the confetti in this one is real, so it took a long time. Like as per usual, it is time-lapsed on the channel, or maybe not fully by the time you watch this, but maybe it is, depending on whenever you watch this. I will be putting up an image here somewhere of the entire canvas in one go, because, yeah, I can't fit it in frame, and it has so much detail that the further away you are, the more detail you see. For example, I didn't notice there was a bird in here until I worked on finishing the time-lapse, like editing-wise. Same here with the castle and like the ship down here. So yeah, there are a lot of details in it. I think like they could have, if they made it bigger, they could have even fit more detail in it. But I think that would also make that it was too big. And yeah, it wasn't too fun anymore to work on. But this kit is from Oraloa by the artist Nadia Strelkina. I was also almost thinking like, was it Nadia or was it something else? Like, what was it again? But yeah, and this one is called Dragon Prisoner. This is the original artwork. So as you can see, there is a lot of detail, a lot of fun stuff in it. They could have made it like a lot better. Like, for example, here in her dress, or like I think these are flowers or something. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, here. They are still kind of splotches over here, so I'm not entirely sure what they are. So I think this is a perfect size for this one, because this is 60.4 by 83.5 centimeters, which is still kind of big. And every section I normally work in around 10 by 10 centimeter squares. This one took me half an hour longer than the most kits do. So most kits take me about an hour for a 10 by 10 centimeter. This one took about an hour and a half for a 10 by 10 centimeter square. So yeah, it does have a lot of detail. It does have a lot of confetti. Not too terribly much in kind of like color blocking wise, like the background, like here. And here does have a little bit of color blocking, just like her neck and a little bit of her face. But for example, the wings of the dragon, its neck, they are so much confetti heavy. I do love confetti, but this one did take a lot of energy, so it also meant that if I was like feeling a little bit tired, that I was like, I'm not going to work on it, because also it has a lot of the same shades of color. So it means that it also like a little bit more difficult, because even if the symbols are very clear, there are just two that were a little bit difficult. I'll show you them in a little bit. But a lot of the colors were still in like the same color family, so it still blends in a bit together, even though the symbols are really clear. So I missed a lot of symbols, so that meant that I needed to go back and everything. It was fun to work on though, but yeah, with the fact that it took a longer time to finish a square, me needing to pay more attention, and also me having been waiting on glasses for a couple of, well, for almost like a month from the time I decided I needed to go see the eye doctor. I had a lot of migraines, so I was not able to work in it. So all in all, from the time that I started it until like last week that I finished this one, I think it took me about 3 months. So yes, I am done with it. Even though it's a beautiful image. It's like really amazing. And I see now here that one is wanting to pop off every now and then. And that happens. That is not a company issue, because the glue was really good. The drills were okay. Let's say it like that. The rendering is amazing. The confetti is real, but I do think this piece does need it because yeah, it just has a lot of detail and it brings it to life so beautifully. Like even in the camera, it's even more beautiful. But if you stand at it like a proper distance away, it turns more beautiful the farther away you get, at least like until you're at a certain point where you can't see it anymore. But yeah, it is beautiful. So that I can't complain about. This one had square drills. It had 62 colors, from which 8 were ABs. I had a lot of trash drills, I'll show you. It had a lot of trash. Like drills stuck together, like this one here. Some actual trash, some hollow ones, some ones that had like different colors on the tops of them. Some had holes, like the whole lot. Everything was there. But at the same time, I'm going to get the leftovers. I had still all this left over, and I need to move my containers a bit because I still have here some more drills. I did need to have a dryer sheet in a lot of these containers because the drills were static quite a lot, but that's not a company issue because that is, well, across all the companies, so that's not something specific to Oraloa, but they were pretty static heavy. So that didn't make it easier to work with them. But again, as I said, like that's not something I can complain about to the company or over about the company, because yeah, many companies do have that. So as I said, like that's not fault of the company. However, what I had as issue with drills, these were the only two colors that I can like out the top of my head say like, okay, I didn't see them really well. Or at least I probably had some that was like, I can't see them really well, but at a certain point you also start to recognize them, which meant that I still could see pretty well which one they were. But these two. The top one, you can hardly see the symbol in there. So it was like almost a blue square without a symbol. But the L one is kind of similar in shade, and the L was also kind of hard to see. So that one I sometimes needed to pause my time-lapse camera to look closer up and see like which one did have the L symbol, so I could see like, okay, where does what symbol need to go. So that was a little bit tricky, but in the end I think I managed okay. For like the ABs, we had 8, as I said. We had a lovely pale yellow that is like a big part of her dress. We had a beautiful purple that's like, for example, here, and also like in the dragon's wings. Some reds that were, for example, in her lips. Sorry for the refocusing constantly of the camera, but that's like if I need to show you something. The green that was also like in her hair, her wings, and also again in the dragon a bit. Then we had another color of yellow, was also like in her dress, like the outlining a bit more. Then we had like, what is it, like a gray minty-ish. Come on. Okay, this one is a little bit hard because the dryer sheet is in the way, but here you can see it. It's color 3072 AB. Come on. So maybe you know then what color it is, but it is a little bit of everywhere. I believe it's like also, for example, here. We have a blue AB that is like in and around the water. I believe like this one is it. A bit here. And then we have lastly some pure whites. And they were, for example, there. So yeah, it does have a lot of different colors and all. As I said, like the confetti is real. So in case you don't know what confetti is, or color blocking. Confetti is where you have a lot of different colors in a small area, or you have like not well, it's actually like actual confetti. It's like a little bits of the color everywhere. So many times I also had, in this one not as much, but I had canvases where the background is like almost like two colors, but so mixed up that you can only place them like one at a time. So it isn't like really confetti because it has, for example, two colors in an area. But at the same time, it is confetti because you can't multi-place them because they are like, for example, like diagonal lines of one. So you can't multi-place them. Whereas color blocking, for example, here in her neckline, her face, this part in her dress, you can use a multi-placer going up to whatever you are comfortable with and place them multiple at a time. I most of the times use a 4-placer so I can place up to 4 drills at the same time. And yes, I can also single place with a multi-placer. But where you have like more of the same color, more like rows of the same color, I can better say it like that, you can use a multi-placer and place more at the same time, which makes that it goes quicker. But if you have all over the section you are working on like single placement drills, you will have to use a single placer or single place with a multi-placer, but that's the same idea. And yeah, that also makes that it goes most of the times a lot slower. That's also why it took me like half an hour longer for each section than it normally would have. Also, many times when you have a lot of confetti, your eyes skip some drills, which is also kind of annoying because you still need to then go back to the last color, take some drills out, place them and all, and that takes just a lot more time. So that makes that it goes slower, but most of the times if you have a confetti area, it will make sure that you have more details. For example, like here the wings or its neck of the dragon, like you can almost see the like scales of the entire creature. So that also makes like, that is why confetti is also like a really necessary thing. Because if you would have multi-placed the entire dragon, because, well, if they would have made it just one color, it wouldn't come out as detailed as it does now. So it's like a little bit of like, what does the company prefer? Like a lot of detail or ease of diamond painting, but not as detailed as you would probably like. So it's also like with the size of a canvas, it's very important. Like you want to be able to put in as many detail as possible without it getting too much. Because I think if this one would be a bit size bigger, you would have gotten more detail, but I think it would have gotten too tedious to work on. So that's also like a thing where the company needs to balance a bit, and like how much detail do they want to put in, but how much detail is like minimum required. Because if this would have been smaller, or they would have used less colors or less confetti, I think at many places it would have become a muddled blob, and that would also not be good. But yeah, so that's like an important thing. So most of the times confetti does equal detail, but yeah, it is just a stunning piece. I absolutely love it, and yeah, I highly recommend the company. At least I'm not entirely sure if this canvas is still available. If it is, I will be linking it down in the description box below this video. Otherwise, I will most likely link Oraloa itself. At this point in time I'm filming, at least I don't get anything in return. You never know what the future brings, but I don't think it will, but who knows? Wishful thinking. But no, realistically, I don't get anything in return. Most likely ever. So yeah, the links are always in the description just for you to easily find the canvas that I'm showing or the company. If there are codes or affiliate links, they will be further down. You can still use them, but it's not a requirement. But yeah, so this one, I will either have this kit linked or the Oraloa website itself. So far, I'm very impressed with Oraloa. This is the first canvas I completed from them. I have one in my stash, so that will be coming in the future. Not clear when, but you never know. And yeah, I'll see then like how color blocking heavy or how confetti heavy that one will be, and maybe I can see if it like is more like a that Oraloa is more of a confetti company or not. If you worked on Oraloa kits, like especially if you worked on multiple, let me know. Do they have a lot of confetti or do they also have a lot of color blocking? Like, what's your opinion on it? And also let me know what do you think of this canvas. Do you have it? Have you completed it? Is it now on your wish list to either get from the website or a D-stash? Let me know. I just am very curious what your opinions are about the stuff that I show you. Yeah, with that being said, I'm rambling long enough by now, so I'm going to leave it here. As per usual, if you liked the video, you know the drill. Like the video so more people can find it. Subscribe if you haven't already and want to see more diamond painting related videos. That is the main thing I do on the channel. So unboxings, reviews, and a lot of time lapses. So if that interests you, you can either subscribe as I said before, or just every now and then check in and see what else is gotten your attention in the meantime. And yeah, with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful day or night, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!